On October 1st, China will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic. The CGTN is bringing you a special coverage, Way to Modernization. And our anchors and reporters are traveling through 5 routes across China. They're traversing 16 provinces and municipalities in just 20 days. Way to Modernization will be looking at the significant developments that have transformed China's economy, culture, environment and agriculture over the last 7.5 decades. Now today we are diving into a bit of history and seeing how traditional culture has developed over time. So we're going live to Zhongshi and Feng Yilei, who are in Zhengzhou, that's the capital of central China's Henan province.
Hello and welcome. We're coming to you from Henan Museum, one of the oldest museums in China. The music you just heard was played by replicas of ancient Chinese musical instruments. The melodies were put on when emperors would have their guests over for banquets. So these are happy, welcoming melodies, and that is our way of saying welcome to our special program today as we explore one of the most captivating aspects of ancient Chinese civilization, music.
Well, absolutely. So what is special about this welcoming piece of music is that it takes inspiration from a famous piece in China's earliest known collection of poetry, the Book of Songs. And just as you have mentioned, it contains words, I have notable guests playing zithers and pipes. And guess what? The replica of the same instrument, zithers and pipes, are right here with us today, and it's just amazing to see that melodies of ancient times still resonate with us today. And that is not all about it, because Henan Museum, they showcase a wide array of ancient Chinese musical instruments like the stone chimes, the bronze bells, and you name it.
That is absolutely true. As Yilei said just now, many of the instruments have found their way to our stage today. And who is in a better position to introduce these instruments than the director of Henan Museum, Director Ma Xiaoling. Welcome, Director Ma, to our program today. It's such a pleasure to have you on, Director. And why don't we start with this piece right here? It's my personal favorite. I like its size, I like the sounds it makes, and I like the coordination required on the part of the musician to make the sounds come together as a beautiful piece of music. Director Ma, tell us about Bianzhong.
Yeah, it's a set of chime or bells. So this is a copy based on the real objects excavated in Xinjiang in 1990s. There are more than 10 sets and more than 200 bells were excavated at that time.
And we noticed that you're going to have to use one of those mallets here to strike the bell to make a sound. Why don't we have Director Ma show us how that's done? Did you hear the difference? Because the sounds vary depending on which part of the bell you strike, and coming together, that's how sounds make music.
Yeah. As the bells, so far, we found the earliest bells dating to the Xia Dynasty. So in the whole Bronze Ages, we found the bells in the Xia Dynasty, Shang Dynasty, Western Zhou, and Eastern Zhou dynasties. Until the Zhou dynasties, the ritual and musical cultures reach the peak.
Got it.
So,
And that sound made by the bells really remind me of the life of our ancestors. So I wonder, Director Ma, could you please tell us a bit more about the socio-cultural significance of these instruments? Because we know that music wasn't just a form of entertainment in old days, right?
Yeah, you can see the orchestra organized different kinds of musical instrument. All of this is copied, but including the bronze, the stone, the bamboo, and silk. Yeah, it's a scene in the Western Zhou and Eastern Zhou period. Normally, the king treated the banquet or important meetings or rituals. They play the performance in this circumstance.
So these were very exclusive performances in ancient China, and we'll bring them all to you today on our special program. Why don't we take a look at some of these tube instruments up front? This right here is called paixiao, or panpipes. Why don't we have the musician demonstrate a little bit with the paixiao, please?
Sure.
请 Wonderful. What about that? It's so mellow, it's so airy, it feels like it's being carried by a breeze from the depth of a valley or from top of a mountain. Director Ma, talk to us about paixiao or panpipes.
Yeah, this is paixiao or panpipes was copied based on the objects excavated from Louis, a tomb dating to late Shang and early Zhou dynasty. It was organized, we can see there's 13 pipes, some shorter, some longer. So different lengths, different sounds. The shorter, the higher of the tones, the longer the tones is lower.
Fascinating information.
And Director Ma, after learning more about the instruments on display here, I just can't help but wonder, how do you manage to figure out how those instruments were played, and also what the music actually sounded, especially given that just how long ago they were developed?
So the orchestra was established in 2000. And, in Henan province, Henan is a cradle of Chinese civilization. We have lots of musical instruments collected from some size and tunes and different kinds of materials. So in order to bring the cultural relics to life, so we copied the kinds of musical instruments and organized together to let the audience to understand how to play, how to performance in ancient times.
Got it.
Yeah.
Director Ma, it's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much. Do stay with us here on our program. And you think that's all we got? Not at all. My colleague Hu Chao is about to tell us the most renowned artifact here at Henan Museum. She's in another hall, and she joins me now. Hu Chao, what do you have for us today?
But this is the #1 exhibition hall of Henan Museum, and we are now standing right beside the top treasure of the museum, the Jiahu bone flute. It's more than 800 years old and hailed as a miracle in the history of Chinese music. For more on this, we are joined by Wang Chenchu, guide of the museum. Hello, Chenchu.
Hello.
Could you please tell us how the bone flute was excavated and why it is the most treasured relic here?
The Jiahu village first excavated in 1961. As of last year, the Jiahu village has been excavated 8 times. The archaeologists they discovered at least 40 bone flute in the Jiahu village. After carbon 14 testing, we found all the Jiahu bone flute they can trace back more than 8,000 years history. We can make sure that the Jiahu bone flute they are the earliest wind instrument we can discover in China. After sound measurements, we also discovered the bone flutes can play 7-tone scale, which rewrote our Chinese music history and overturned the argument that 7-tone scale come to China from the West.
What are some of the special features of the bone flute, reflecting what kind of culture and history?
This is the best preserved bone flute we can discover in the Jiahu village. This bone flute has almost 20 centimeters. The material about the bone flute is the wings, the ulnar bones of the crane's wings. In the Jiahu village, our expert also discovered so many animal bones and carbonized rice in the village, which means our ancestors they have more energy to pursue separation needs, which encouraged them to make the bone instrument they use in the daily life.
Is there any unsolved mystery of the bone flute?
Yes, there still have so many unsolved questions about bone flutes. In this period, our ancestors they use stone tools and bone tools in the daily life. They have no technique about metal tools. So which kind of tools they use for draw this hole is still unknown.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we've talked so much about the bone flute. I'm sure you would love to hear what it sounds like. And for that, we are honored to be joined by musician Yan Wentao. He's going to play the famous traditional Chinese folk song, Jasmine Flower, and he will use this replica of the bone flute. Okay, as the melodious flute plays, I'd like to end my live here and back to Zhongshi and Yilei.
Hu Chao, thank you so much. That was marvelous.
Yes, indeed, that is indeed a beautiful demonstration of Chinese history. But to me, this little bone flute, nearly 8,000 years old, is also a symbol that of the demonstration of just how music can create a deep connection between people, regardless of place and time. And I think now that responsibility just falls on you, Director Ma, the museums, curators, scholars, and musicians. So my question is, how do you facilitate international collaboration and exchanges through exhibitions and performances like this featuring ancient Chinese music?
Oh, yeah. So I just talk about is the orchestra. So far, we made more than 100 sets of sheet and also 100 sets of music instruments. Not only we show the performance to the domestic audience, but also to the international audience. So far, we sent the orchestra to more than 10 countries, such as United States, Russia, Italy, Thailand, Singapore, Cambodia, and so on. So the goals of we organize the orchestra is to let the audience to understand how to play, how to performance the ancient instruments. So I think the more important for the international audience, I think it is back to our gate of culture for musical instruments,
Right.
as windows, and also looks like a bridge to connect it China and the rest of the world.
Beautifully said.
And also the ancient and modern. So
Got it.
yeah, to finally, we want to let the people know the important and also the values of ancient Chinese music.
Beautifully
So-
said, Director Ma. I think it really gives us an understanding and context of how to bring Chinese culture in the form of music to the rest of the world. Director Ma, we appreciate you being with us today. Wonderful explanation. Thank you so much. And apparently this impressive collection of musical instruments can do more, including blending traditional ancient Chinese culture with modern-day iconic Western music.
Absolutely. And for me, I'd say this is really an immersive experience for us to learn that while museums are just crucial when it comes to passing down human civilization, what I am seeing here today is that the dedicated efforts of them include not just keeping the cultural relics behind glass, but also creating rich cultural experiences that can engage the public.
Speaking of engaging more people, we would like to leave you with a special performance that highlights the harmonious fusion between Eastern and Western cultures. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us to find out how fast you will recognize this piece of music. You'll get it as a household name. But thank you so much for watching our special program today. We appreciate your company.
Thank you for watching.
Well, I'm going to hazard a guess and say that's Old Lang Syne, but I'll have to check in with Zhongshi and Yilei there to see if I'm right about that. So that's thanks to our team that's doing the central China route there, Feng Yilei and Zhongshi, as well as Hu Chao in Zhengzhou. Now, we also do have a team who are in eastern China, and there they are exploring cities including Suzhou in Jiangsu province, Huzhou in Zhejiang province, and Shanghai. Now, these three places are also rich in history and cultural diversity. So today, our reporter Chen Lanyou is in the city of Huzhou. Lanyou, sir, what have you been seeing there in Huzhou? What makes the city fascinating? Yes, Zhao Yang, I'm now in Nanxun district located in the picturesque city of Huzhou, Zhejiang province. And the place I'm standing right now is the Intangible Cultural Heritage of China exhibition hall, which just opened about 3 weeks ago. And this is China's first ever exhibition hall that features intangible cultural heritage from all across the country. And today, I want to take our viewers on a quick tour of this newly opened gem. Well, as we walk inside the hall, we can see so many cutting-edge technologies, including this naked-eye 3D exhibition area with an interactive touchscreen that can transform Chinese zodiac stickers into the art of Chinese paper cutting. And as we further walk inside the hall, we're going to see over 160 incredible projects by 81 skilled inheritors representing 11 provinces. And for those who love hands-on experiences, this place also offers a workshop that gives visitors a chance to take home their own crafted items. And while we enjoy the rich cultural offerings of this exhibition hall, let's also not forget about Nanxun's deeper historical significance. Well, in 2014, China's Grand Canal was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. And as part of the Grand Canal, Nanxun Ancient Town is also made to the preparatory list for its well-preserved Ming and Qing dynasty architecture. So from the ancient Grand Canal to the nowadays modern Shanghai, Suzhou, Huzhou high-speed railway, with Nanxun railway station set to open to public at the end of this year. Well, this new connection will bring even more visibility to Nanxun, further solidifying its place as a cultural and tourism hub. And whether it's the intangible cultural heritage of China exhibition hall or the Nanxun ancient town, Huzhou is a place full of cultural experiences. And for more on Huzhou, tomorrow at about the same time, I will take our viewers to explore Huzhou's economy with a visit to the local fish farm. So stay tuned for that, and that's all I have for now. Back to you, Jia Yang. Thank you so much. That's Chen Anyo in Huzhou.